Right then, ladies and gents, let's talk about the Oscars, that thing that literally no one watches, that no one cares about, but people still rabbit on about in the mainstream media as if it's actually important. But it's not. Oscars, the ratings now have plummeted to an all-time low, and it's incredibly low. It's not a small amount. I've actually got a bit of a sizzle reel to show you as well, just to show you how sort of self-congratulatory, how disconnected these buffoons really are from reality. It's it's ludicrous, to be perfectly honest. So we're going to dive into this today. Before we do, ladies and gents, two things. One, linked down below in the description box is my second channel. It's a car channel. It's called Car Nonsense, where I work on cars, talk about cars, go out in cars. It's a car channel. So it's very, very focused around cars. If you like cars, I'm actually rebuilding a Nissan Pulsar GTIR, which is a Group A rally homologation special from the 90s, the very early 90s. Very rare little car. If you like cars, you may have heard of it. So follow through to the description down below and click subscribe. Head on over there. Second thing, I'm still selling my Blu-ray Black Fields. You can find that link down below. Ladies and gents, the interest has been astounding. It's really, it's blown me away. It's still available for order, so please do check out the link down below. You get the film itself, you get the prequel film, you get an hour-long documentary, you get behind-the-scenes footage, the soundtrack, as well as concept art. So anyway, let's dive into Oscars. So, really, it's just nonsense. It really is. Disney-owned ABC saw their Oscar ratings plummet to an all-time low on Sunday night. Now, these figures are mental. So TV Line reports only 9.9 million people tuned in, while Deadline reports it was 9.85 million. Now, both publications cited Nielsen ratings. As for the key demographic rating, it came in at 1.9. And TV Line reports that it is a 58% decline in total viewership, right? So from 2020, the previous all-time low, now 64% decline in the demographic rating. 2020's viewership was 23.6 million with a 5.3 rating. It's madness. Like, it's insane. So majority of, bear in mind, they halved their viewership from, I think it was like 2014 or something like that, to 2020. They had something like 40 million American viewers, and then they managed to cut that to 20. How'd you do it? Well, we know how they do it, because they're just idiots. Running around as if anyone actually cares. Half these movies, no one's heard of at this point in time, and it's not. This is the true definition of Oscar bait. All these movies are Oscar bait. And I like a good indie movie. I've liked Oscar winners. But this year especially, these films were tragically bad. Nothing which most people have seen. And then you start to think to yourself, right, so what is the Oscars actually about? Is it just congratulating the filmmakers themselves on, a film that basically no one has seen, or is it congratulating the fact that people actually like a film? What is it? Obviously it's not a popularity contest, because half the stuff on there no one's seen, and that's fine. But then also when you have other people then turning around at the end of the Oscars and saying, well, Chadwick Boseman should have won the posthumous Oscar, and Anthony Hopkins winning it is just disgraceful. And it's like, do you want people to win Oscars for their performances, or what is it? What are you trying to achieve here? So anyway, 62% of voters in the poll gave it an F, while only 1% gave it an A. That's real bad. People hate this crap. Like, real bad. And then other people have done their own polls and things like that. But the poor ratings of viewership came after the Oscars ran a number of videos on their YouTube page titled Why I Watch the Oscars. In one of the videos, Leslie Odom Jr. explained he watches the Oscars because it's a tradition. He added, there are a couple of handful of things that are part of American tradition. Football on Sundays, the Super Bowl, Championship this, All-Star that, and the Oscars are a part of that. They are a part of our tradition. I don't think they are. How are the Oscars part of the tradition for Americans? Really? Really? That's a bad tradition. And I disagree. I don't think that is the case at all. So only 9 million people tuning in a country of over 350 million. The Oscars are most certainly not an American tradition anymore. The record low ratings follows as award shows in general have declined in viewership. The Grammy Awards this year declined to a total viewership of 8.8 million, although it had a 2.1 in the key 18 to 49 demographic. That was down from 2020, where they had 18.7 million viewers and a 5.4 rating in the demo. No one cares about this stuff anymore. They really don't. You know, yeah, you get some people on Twitter screaming and shouting about it, but by and large, no one actually cares about this stuff. I think, well, the Oscars have long been a joke, and every time they release, you know, their winners and things like that, they become more and more of a joke. Can you believe Suicide Squad won an Oscar for Best Makeup? Like, for real? Seriously now? It's just garbage. Now, the Golden Globes also saw their viewership plummet, and these award shows, you know, make bank off this stuff. Like, they're making nothing now. Now, the show only brought in 6.9 million viewers this year and a 1.5 rating in the key demo. In 2020, the show was watched by 18.4 million and had a 4.7 rating. So what does that say? Does it say that people are just sick of it now? They just want to go out. They're sick of being lectured by people? Probably, because as seen in this sizzle reel.
Welcome to the 93rd Oscars. It has been quite a year, and we are still smack dab in the middle of it. We are mourning the loss of so many, and I have to be honest, if things had gone differently this past week in Minneapolis, I might have traded in my heels for marching boots.
Like, it's incredible. My mom met my dad, they had sex. It's amazing. Like, do you understand? I'm here. You know what I mean? So, I'm so happy to be alive.
So I want to say thank you to our ancestors who put the work in, were denied, but never gave up. And I also stand here as Jamaica and I break this glass ceiling with so much excitement for the future. Because I can picture Black trans women standing up here, and Asian sisters, and our Latina sisters, and Indigenous women. And I know that one day it won't be unusual or groundbreaking. It will just be normal.
Please watch our movie on the largest screen possible. And one day, very, very soon, take everyone you know into a theater, shoulder to shoulder, in that dark space, and watch every film that's represented here tonight. We give this one to our wolf.
Yeah, as you can see here, most people don't want to sit there and be lectured by these people with millions of dollars in their bank account. Why would you? Why would you want to be lectured by these idiots? Now, as for why the ratings are so low, it's probably a number of factors. This article, anyway, says that one of these is definitely the fact that no one probably even heard of any of the films that were actually nominated for Best Picture, given most theatres in the United States were shut down for a majority of the year. That's true. Now, on top of the Best Picture nominees being completely irrelevant, Americans are also probably worn out by Hollywood celebrities pontificating and lecturing their viewers about how holy and moral they are, when in fact more stories come out on an almost daily basis about how terrible Hollywood is as an industry. Yeah, there is that as well. Just the raging, rampant hypocrisy from these buffoons is incredible. Now, why would you want to be lectured by these absolute tits? Now, they say here, you know, what do you make of the Oscars award seeing viewership below 9 million? I'm not sure if that's 9 million total, but if it is, that's another 50% drop off, basically. It's just mad. Absolute madness. The Oscars mean nothing at the end of the day. They are nothing. They're not important. They're not special. Awards and entering festivals and things like that and award shows, it's merely just a formality for most people, but God damn the Oscars. You suck. You really, really do. So let me know what you think down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Had you even heard of any of this stuff? Because if you hadn't, yeah, not a surprise. Anyway, cheers guys. Take care.